So boom, Joe Budden and Ish are having another argument yet again, seemingly about women, but not necessarily about women, more about Joe being disingenuous with him saying he doesn't do certain stuff when he does. It just so happens to pertain to women. Now, Joe is going to do manipulation tactics throughout this. We're going to highlight those. Let's just get straight into it.
All right, fuck it.
My statement, and this was not in our plan.
It wasn't.
We was getting to Kanye or some shit. My statement was and is, me, Joseph Anthony Budden Jr., has never in my entire life tried to fuck something that I know any of my friends have fucked. That's not to say that we're not Eskimo brothers in some cases, but I'm not intentionally trying to hit nothing that I know one of my people's hit, and I think that's nasty.
Okay, hold on.
I think that is nasty and disgusting. I think I'm way too fly of a nigga that could bag whoever I want to bag if I wasn't in love. To have to do that.
That sounds good.
We just had to set that up. That's the premise of the argument that's going to be had. Let's get to Ish.
Good. Now, Ish brought up a woman.
Yes, when he gives an example.
That I did not sleep with.
This is the problem. Joe is gonna paint the picture that it don't matter if he was naked with the girl. Joe's picture would be, I'm not trying to fuck her. And when he says that, you have zero to talk about at that point because we can't prove, unless he penetrated the girl, that his intent was to fuck.
But you can.
True.
Wait, but you can.
No, we
but
can't.
You can.
We can't.
But you can.
We
But you
can't.
can. And that's my point in this.
No, you can't.
The women we be talking about, you know would be fucked if I was trying to fuck. You know that. With 100% certainty. The women we be talking about, if Joe Budden tried to fuck, they would be fucked. There would be no gray area to say, oh, he didn't do that. Nah, he tried to do that. They would be on the wall. That is the women that we talk about. So you do know that Joe Budden didn't try to fuck him, because they not fucked. You light-skinned ass want to talk to me about a kiss.
It's my go. I'm not screaming.
Oh, damn.
No, you didn't scream. But
and I ain't cut him off.
No.
Now, I want you to take note of just that moment. Joe Budden is yelling, and Ish highlights that he didn't yell and that he didn't cut Joe Budden off. I need you to remember that Joe Budden was the first to begin yelling. The other thing I want you to note, he referred to him as light-skinned ass. When he said light-skinned ass, want to talk about a kiss. Now, you know, these are friends, so this is not really heavy, but just note that. We'll get into that later.
You didn't.
I dealt with a girl before. Joe met the girl through me. Joe then proceeds to have rendezvous with said girl.
Okay.
One of the rendezvous is behind a local New York spot, tongue-kissing the girl in his car.
No, that's not true. See, that's
my
my
he-
He
this
just
is what he
believed
did.
everything the girl said.
But he didn't.
He believed
You
anything.
told me
Look,
this,
he let
Joe.
you talk without.
That's true. I shut
You
up.
and Joe admitted it.
My bad.
You ain't got to yell.
It's your
He
world.
ain't got to
It's
interrupt.
your world.
Go ahead.
Off mic,
moderate
Joe,
this shit.
True,
Let's
I
get-
appreciate it.
Go ahead. It's your go.
Off mic, Joe just admitted that him and the girl was tongue-kissing.
Not in the car.
He's in the back of the
You
spot.
gotta have all the details
He said
right there, Joe.
He said the back of the spot.
He said the back of the
I
spot.
said it was the back of the spot.
Yeah,
did.
he said the
He
car.
did.
He didn't say the
So here we have the first manipulation tactic, which is him calling Ish a liar. And the root of the lie is not that Joe didn't do what he's being accused of, but that the semantics were wrong. He did it outside. He killed the man outside, not in the car, basically. The kill is hypothetical, but he did the kiss outside, not in the car. Who gives a fuck where it happened? Use that to call him a liar. So two things are happening. In the semantics, and I've seen him do this several times. He will use the semantics and look at little irrelevant details to call a person a liar and discredit their argument. This is gaslighting because he's not really lying about the core issue. You are deflecting from the core issue with these semantic games.
You're a little
My
semantic-y,
nigga.
though.
I'm
You're
not.
a
Very
little
semantic-y. No, a lot.
semantic-y.
No, I'm not semantic. I do that with him because all he do is believe anything that the bitches say while he on the phone on the highway.
Now, I just need you to ask yourself, I need you to pause and ask yourself, does his explanation for him doing this semantic bullshit make sense? Answer that yourself.
He don't never come talk to his man.
Stop.
He don't never try to get
Stop.
two sides of the
Don't
story.
believe
Your
nothing.
friend
Stop
is
agreeing
telling
with Joe.
you that I did not try to fuck that girl or she would be fucked.
That's not. I'm saying
All
Joe.
right, go ahead.
Again, Joe tongue kissing the girl.
Okay.
Cool. Stop. Then another time, I walk into a spot. I didn't even know Joe was gonna be in the spot. I walk into the spot. Joe invited the girl to said spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Joe's stance in these matters is, if y'all fucked a girl, that girl is barely getting a high from me.
That's
you're
different.
changing my
No,
words.
no.
Now
you
no,
didn't say that?
That's different.
Now you
didn't say
changing
that,
my
just-
words.
That's different.
Hold up.
Me trying to fuck the girl and her barely getting a high from me are two very
Different things. But Joe's on record as saying, if y'all used to fuck with any girl,
No, but don't put
All
the
right,
not
so
say
we're
hi
not-
on me
we're
because
not-
I speak to y'all exes.
cool.
He do.
Cool. Listen to my point. in a rational person's brain, you tongue kissing a girl, and then you inviting a girl out to said night spots. Again, now we can never, I don't care what happens, I could shoot at anybody and say, yo, I ain't intend to kill him. We can't never prove what my intent is going to be. But in a rational nigga's brain, when you tongue kissing this bad bitch on a late night behind a spot, and then you invite her on a late night to an after hour spot, you attempting to do something.
Let me
But
ask-
now, stop, Flip. We can't prove now what Joe has in his brain, so it's null and void argument at that point.
Would you say,
Yeah. Oh.
do you like to play in the gray area a lot?
No, I
You
would
think
not
that
say that.
Let me ask you a
this
question.
is black and white to you?
This is mad black and white to me, and he's leaving out the one part I keep saying, which is I don't associate this person with him. I don't ever remember meeting this person with him. I've met this person through 100 different men, to my recollection, and none of them are you.
Yeah, after me.
Was this
But if
your
he don't,
girlfriend?
but if
Was
he don't
this your-
remember you,
If I don't remember her from you, Ish.
But wait, was this
so
your
if
girl?
I'm running around, you know how many girls I ran around with on the let's go
care
get
less
hookah, yo, let's run over here, and
That's
still
what it
never
sound
tried to pop. Y'all know me. There's no
And
gray
I don't
area
know,
with me.
that
I
did.
have hung out with mad women platonically and not tried to fuck.
That's
So on this video, go back around the 310 marker, around 309, and you can see Ish say verbatim, I messed with a girl, Joe met the girl through me. So this is another manipulation tactic. This is probably the third at this point, and it's complete deniability of one of the aspects of the situation. You can't put anything, it's like, he's so slippery. He's so slippery. So if Ish says that he introduced him to it and Joe completely denies that event ever happened, it's definitely, it gives him the wiggle room because it's possible that Joe doesn't remember it. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't happen, but him not remembering it, then you pile on top of that Joe has also met this woman through a bunch of other people. And he remembers all of his interactions as far as meeting her through those motherfuckers, but not Ish. He doesn't associate that. That validates him not associating the woman with Ish, therefore shuts down the whole argument. Now, if this were an honest guy, if this was a guy that we haven't seen manipulate people all the time for fucking years with his conversation, if this wasn't somebody who you could literally say is a narcissist, with a lot of the situations, I'm talking about Slaughterhouse, I'm talking about the old Joe Budden podcast, where we could probably give him this deniability. But being that this guy is a sleazeball arguer and debater and things like that, when it comes to the psychology, you can't shoot him that bail. He knows exactly what he is doing. And we'll even talk about the other aspect of this, which is you can't prove the intent. It's all facts. If a guy is kissing a woman, you know, common sense would say that he wants to fuck her, but you can't prove That if he says, man, I just like making out with women. I've made out with plenty of women that I do. You could always deny it. You could always deny it. So he's full of shit in that sense, but you know, he also tries to paint the picture basically that this woman is a very promiscuous woman, very easy. And if he wanted to do that, he could have did it. Also, the thing about it, he also mentions that he hangs out with plenty of women platonically, but it stops being platonic when you start kissing the woman. So I don't even know why that's a point to throw on there. It's a point to throw on there because Joe can be around women without fucking them. It pretty much serves that purpose. So you're seeing everything that's going on. Let's continue.
What's the rules when it comes to bitches that's not your girl, though?
It ain't nothing to me.
Okay, so it should be that. It should. No, to me. What's your rules?
I left this clip in for two reasons. Number one, to show that Ish is not as tender as the picture that Joe is going to try to paint later. But number two, to show it is not about the girl, which Ish will pretty much elaborate on later.
You tongue kissing a girl on a late night. Every nigga in here has tried to get a girl back to their crib on a late night. Boom, 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 boom. What you doing when we leave the spot? That's intent. When you go to court, you was intending on popping.
You just conflated two things, and that's your brain that's saying that.
I know.
That if you kissing a girl inside of a club, that do not always mean you trying to take that girl home and fuck.
Now y'all inside.
We was inside.
You just said y'all was outside off mic.
No,
behind the club.
No,
That's the back of the spot.
Bro.
You real emotional.
I'm
not emotional.
I'm the back of the
I don't have a dog in this
Keep
fight.
making this about emotion and trying to make me seem like I'm irrational.
Because why are you not just believing your friend?
Let me stop.
Why are you not just believing your friend? And why do you keep? Why is it a repeated issue that you believe women
Can you see his
when
point
your
of not
friend is
believing
telling you something?
So this is where the main tactic comes in. He is gaslighting Ish, saying that he is emotional. It is crazy to me, especially when you argue with people, that someone who is yelling, someone who is going crazy, and especially somebody like Joe, who we know is a manipulator, who is modulating between calm and yelling, he's the one calling someone else emotional. He's gaslighting him, trying to call him emotional. You could even say it's projecting because Joe is very emotional. You'll see in a month. I mean, he's yelling through the whole clip. Like, you know, there are moments where he gets calm, but he's yelling and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's putting something on Ish with the intention to throw him off and just, because that's what it does. You know, Ish is calm right now, and he's saying that to him while he is calm. And he's trying to get a rise out of him. That's what he's trying to do. Now, the other thing, it goes back to the deniability that I mentioned earlier. Joe is saying that just because I was kissing a chick in the club, that don't mean that I'm trying to fuck. Just because, like, look, you know, when it come to white people, I get it. You know, they culture, they make out in the club, serial makeouts and stuff. Like, niggas don't do that too heavy. That's not like a nigga go-to. Like, we not just in the club, everybody just making out. And that's just the thing. Oh, I made out with 6 girls tonight. That's not shit that we do. That's not our culture. If a nigga's kissing a babe, he's trying to hit that, bro. We know this. But when you get to the point where a nigga can just say anything, when a nigga could just say, just because I'm trying to kiss, I don't want to fuck. A nigga can say anything. A nigga can say anything. That's bullshit. That don't mean you're going to put in the effort to fuck her. Yeah, it doesn't mean that. But saying that you don't want to fuck, like, come on, man. Anyways, man.
You keep doing that. Stop.
Yo,
Did the girl say he tried to fuck her or something?
Yes. That's why he's sitting there acting light-skinned.
Yo, didn't he just call Ish emotional and now he's yelling at the top of his lungs while Ish is calm as fuck? Isn't that crazy?
Bro,
The fuck are we talking
you
about?
keep screaming.
Light skin bullshit.
And stop.
So hold up. Wait. Now I gotta
bro.
wait. Let me ask
You
one
about
question.
to piss me off, and I'm gonna start screaming back at you.
Wait, can I ask a
this
question real
stop.
quick?
This is about
So you
you
can't even
always
ask a
saying you not coming behind us when we fuck with a bitch. You knew I fuck with the bitch. You met the bitch through me, and you came behind her. You should have never kissed her. If that's your instance.
Ish, you
Yo,
keep
what's
ignoring
wrong
me
with
saying
y'all niggas sitting
I
here
have
acting like
not
I'm
met- I do
crazy.
not
This
re-
nigga be fucking lying.
Ish, I don't know this girl from you.
You do.
I
You do.
don't.
You met her
I'm
through me.
telling
You get
you
the
I don't.
convenient amnesia. So any bitch I
No,
fuck behind
Ish,
you, I don't know
no,
neither.
no.
I meet them through you.
No, Ish, that's your
See how
bag.
easy that be?
You like fucking
You see how
behind
easy
niggas.
that be?
You like
I
fucking
don't.
behind
Though.
niggas.
I don't. I like women.
So just to keep it 500,000, this is not the first time Ish has yelled, but this is probably the peak of emotion that Ish has showed. So he has gotten emotional at this point. But Joe did some nasty work right here. What Joe did was kind of an ad hominem as far as this argument, but it's also a flip, and it's just nasty work. He said that Ish likes to fuck behind other people. It's something slick that he threw in. You could also say it was a deflection attempt, because if Ish engages in that, now we flip the conversation on him and then talk about other shit that doesn't have to do with this context and bring up new events that are not this event that paints Joe Budden in a negative light. Now we get to talk about, you know, all the shit Ish does and Ish liking to fuck behind people. And it's also an insult to say that. So that's just what that is. Just keeping it 500,000. We gonna keep it moving though.
I don't even ask niggas.
I like women.
Yo, you fuck?
So
How
what?
really? I don't do
So-
none of that.
so-
That's your bag. Stop
I
trying to
don't-
put
I'm not
me
saying
in
it's
your
not.
bag.
You do it to
I'm
me
not
every
in your
day.
bag. I didn't try to fuck your little mutt from the streets. I had a kiss, and you emotional about it.
I'm not-
Like you keep being emotional
Yo,
when
you
we have
corny
internet
with the
on a
emo-
girl.
No,
Then
it's
stop
not
being
about
emo-
the girl.
Then why
It's
don't
about
believe
you lying.
Then why don't you believe your friend?
Because you fucking lying. You've admitted this to me before.
Exactly. I'm
You
done.
changing
I
your
rest my
story
case.
for the pod.
I rest my case.
You changing
I
your
rest my
story to
case.
look innocent for the pod. Nigga, we've had this conversation about this bitch
I rest my
before.
case.
JBP, JBP, where would you be without the
Yo, this is
JBP?
horrible podding. I
I
don't
rest my
even
case.
talk about this shit on the pod.
I rest my case. I totally rest my case. I don't even have these talks. I don't even have these type of talks with nobody but him.
Bro, you brought this shit up, bro.
Yes,
You
because
bought, so stop saying I don't have these talks if you bringing it up.
It's funny to me until I know that you have true emotions behind this.
Duh.
You just screamed to the top of your lungs.
And you didn't.
You didn't let me finish.
Nigga, you screaming off mic.
You still not letting me finish.
You was screaming off mic, beating the tables and all that dumb
and
shit.
now I'm
and
not-
then you try to make me look emotional for the pod.
Ish,
Bro, stop.
I'm not.
I love that Ish is calling out the shit as he sees it. He's not falling for the bullshit.
In these
2024,
conversations,
you
I want
scream.
everybody to know on the world, these conversations don't be about a girl.
It's the principle.
It don't
right?
be about a girl. It's be about
It's
a
about the
nigga
kiss.
saying that they don't do something
No.
or they do
And then he
something
gives an
and not
example, and
standing
then that's where it
on
went.
what they say they do or don't do.
But he can't
That's what these
give the
conversations be
example
about.
because the woman he's talking about is from the sewer like Das Effects. I do not know her from you, nigga.
No.
I don't know her from you. I'm sorry, other niggas had your bitch outside.
It wasn't my bitch.
Then shut the fuck up in 2024.
No, you sound
Yo.
dumb. You sound stupid. You sound
not fucking
stupid. It's not my bitch.
You moving it because you're emotional.
I'm not.
I think you are. I'm entitled to my opinion. I think you're emotional. You sweating, your face is red. I think
not
you're emotional
sweating at
about
all.
this bitch. It don't matter. That's what I think.
You just do something. So you're not emotional?
I'm
You been
performing.
beating shit off mic, so that's not performative for the pod. You smacking and fucking about to break the marble. Who's emotional here?
People that I love.
Who's emotional? No. Who's
okay.
emotional here?
Oh, we are. I end with this.
Now, we just gonna end it here. Look, the nigga threw a fit and threw the headphones and walked off. When the walking off didn't work as far as ending the argument, the guy who just yelled and threw a fucking fit comes back and says calmly that the other guy is emotional. Ish calls that shit out immediately because, and this is the reason why Ish is yelling, is because when you deal with gaslighting, it's frustrating. But this is the other thing about gaslighters and people who are willing to manipulate the conversation in any way so they can have it out so that they could be right and all of that shit. They don't argue in reality. They don't argue in a sense, this fair. They don't argue in a way to where you can get to a common ground or gain an understanding. They argue in a way so that they could look good no matter what they did or what the argument is. They're going to try and find a way to get around an argument, no matter how irrational they look, no matter how much they fucking flip-flop or anything like that. That's what they're going to do. Joe Budden is a textbook narcissist. I don't like putting that label on people because I think it's overused. And people don't display all the narcissistic traits Joe absolutely over the course of these years has. He has done some shit way worse than this boy. So with all of that being said, that's what I got for you today, man. Let me know your thoughts about.